Oh, so this is where that comes from. Hello, my name is covertstubbz and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club, a game chosen by you. But, so that's where this actually comes from. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbour and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you in this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Stubbz. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Stubbz, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of my many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. However, I like to narrate in the first person constantly, so while she's staring at me, I'm going off on a tangent about how I'm complaining about talking to her. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Okay, I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialise or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Yeah, that'll be bad. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Says I, the guy starting to narrate randomly in the middle of the street. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? She must have come into the classroom when I was spacing out. I look around and realise I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm joining. No, there's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was even ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Says I, the guy who's not been in a club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. I want to discuss who's the best waifu and why Goku can solo any verse despite the fact that there is stronger characters than him. However, because those characters are made in a joke universe like One Punch Man, there's absolutely no way they can solo Goku because, you know, Goku's the GOAT. Also, yeah, Ben 10 might be a cartoon, and yeah, he might get the ultimate Super Saiyan transformation and whatever, but he won't be able to use God Ki because that's not native to being a Saiyan. So, Goku would beat Ben 10 as well. I'm going anime. Please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, let's go. But the anime club. I want to discuss that one time I was reincarnated as a vending machine. I can't believe that's a real anime, by the way. Unless today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. It must have been a pretty good cupcake, though. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member's here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? Welcome to the literature club. I'm going to get that word tongue-tied so much. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Bum bum bum, bada bum 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 bum, seriously. Bum 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 bum. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Stubbz, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude whose name is Natsuki is one I don't recognize. The small figure makes her look like a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. How do I know Monica? It's great to see you again. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little Doki Doki. Literature club. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Stubbz. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I'm more of a coffee drinker. Exhibit A. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marks his back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Oh! She lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like caps. The whiskers are drawn with icing, the little pieces of chocolates were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one, then Monica, then I. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and I already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. She's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances at my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. I don't have anything to eat, so I'll just take another drink. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere? Made them for you or anything? Oh my god, she's a tsundere. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. It's just like one of my Japanese animes. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yori returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Again, more of a coffee drinker. Don't let yourself get intimidated. She's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant, like, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. No, I don't. I enjoy coffee. I'm glad. She faintly smiles in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was bribed. In the nicest way, I was bribed to come here by a cupcake and Sayori already manipulating me. I was afraid of this. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here. Well, I haven't joined any clubs. And Sayori seems really happy here, so... that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member on any of the major ones. Weren't you the leader of the debate club? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoyed and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention. Like this. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. They all agree. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted about the idea of having a new member. Although I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about lit. So, what kind of stuff do you like to read? What am I currently reading at the moment? Max Level Look. That's kind of good. It's on hiatus, but the real estate one, I forgot its name because it's been on hiatus for so long. That one's really good. What else am I currently reading? Give me a moment, I'll tell you. So what I'm currently reading, Yuri, is Rankin's Return, the remake. It's quite good. Basically, this dude was known as Melee God, and he retired from like VR MMOs because he couldn't be bothered. Went off to do his own thing, you know, as like a normal functioning adult. Realised how much money he can make in the new game that's appearing, and decides to come back. Very good there. Another one is Regressing as the reincarnated son of the Sword Clan. Dude basically was the lowest on the totem pole, manages to get something of his first life, loses, comes back in time, decides to take everything for himself. Very, very good. What else? The Beginning After the End. I haven't read it in ages, but the anime came about. I heard the anime is awful, so I was like, you know what, I'll continue reading the manga. It's okay. It's okay. What else? Spy Family. Always good for a little read. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. That's very good. Basically, this dude reads a manga for God knows how long. Like, he reads it all the time. He's like the only viewer of that manga. And then once he finished it, the manga goes, oh, by the way, good luck in the real world, because everything's coming from there to here. So the main characters, the side characters, the hidden items, everything from that book becomes reality. And there were other readers, so they take advantage of it just like he does. But he essentially cements himself as one of the main characters to lead the book into a good ending. That's what he wants to do. What else? Reincarnated as a slime. I've always been reading that, though, so you might know how to do that. The standard of reincarnation is also a good one. Let me see where I'm up to on that, and I can tell you. Oh, there we go. So basically, the beginning of standard of reincarnation starts with a one-armed swordsman of... I'm just going to call him the Lion family because I can't remember the name. Of the Lion family. He was always put down by his brother. Always seen as the worst. Always seen as non-blooded. And then after about 20, 30 years, he finally beats him. Even though he's a one-armed swordsman. And his brother kills him. But his ancestor, a few thousand years in the future, puts his soul into his body. Like, puts our main character's soul into the ancestor's body. Because he kind of decided he don't want to live anymore. Amazingly, though, that turned him into a god. So our main character goes, you know what? I'll fulfill your wish. I'll do everything I can in my power to, you know, bring your name as high as can be, while also finding out what the hell happened to me. It turns out that necromancers got a hold of his body. So even though he's been reincarnated, his one-armed stature body is running around as a Death Knight causing havoc. So he has to chase himself down. And those are just a few of what I'm reading. I'm pretty sure I'm reading like 500 different mangas, but you know how hiatuses are. It's like, we'll be back in July. Not telling you which year, though. So that's what I like to read. Considering how little I've read the past few years, I don't have a good way of answering that. I just answered it. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself. Her head perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she kept quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. No, I'm actually an avid reader. I like to read a lot of manga. It's fun. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Why am I saying this? That can change? I don't even have subtitles in my video games because I'm that lazy. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you? Hardcore, spicy stuff. Like the stuff I read, Stubbz. Oh. She traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. She goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by her way that her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with psychological elements. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Remember Goosebumps? I used to read that like 20 years ago. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't pull it down. So you read a lot of isekai, maybe? What about regression manga? Those are pretty cool. Have you heard of solo leveling? Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Why is that? Well, it's just... Her eyes dart over to me. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind her and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! You write your own poems? Well, sometimes. Why do you care? Well, I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! She averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how she feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of yours, you can set an example and help her. Well, I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We sit in silence. Okay, I have an idea. Natsuki and Yuri look puzzled. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Stubbz? She smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on! There's one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining, I boldly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join. You know, you kind of dragged me here, got a free cupcake, all the girls are weirdly blushing. It's kind of strange. Like Sayori said, I'm a bit of a neat. I'm scared of girls. She may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at. I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Stubbz, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided. I'll join the lit club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yay, I'm so happy. She wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I wouldn't be super pissed. Oh, she swore! Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as them two clean up their food. Hey, since we're here, why don't we walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stayed for the clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Ooh, it's time to write a poem! Pick words you think your favourite club member will write. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Climber! Fantasy. Grief. Fantasy grief. Passion. I'm gonna go for the purple haired girl because she likes manga, it seems. What else? Peace. Vitality. Valentine. Tragedy. Covet. Uncontrollable. Doki Doki. Of course I had to choose that. Pink. Oh, wait. If I choose the right one, do they bounce in the bottom left? Or do they just bounce anyway? Romance. Oh, they do! Okay, so if you choose the right one for them, it makes them bounce. Okay. Disoriented. Sadness. Death. Lollipop. Unrestrained. Anime. Breathe. Love. I don't know who I made that for, because I just started choosing randomly at the end. That was horrible. Hi again, Stubbz. Glad to see you didn't run away. This might be strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back. As the last one's coming, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into the club when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I wanted to join the anime club so I could debate how isekai is a great genre polluted by awful premises. I get it. They die and go to another world. However, I don't need them to be level infinite in the first 2 seconds if you're just going to turn it into a baseless harem anime. That's not what I want to see. I want to see people adventuring in a fantasy world. That's why the realistic hero's a good one. Kind of. And then it turned into a bloody harem anime. Harem anime, whatever you want to call it. And it went bad. Because I don't need the main character to have 17 wives. You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. She finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. She defeated and she plops back to her seat. Don't worry, guys. He always gives his best as long as he's having fun. My God, it's warm today. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Oh, well, that's good of me, isn't it? Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Stubbz could become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, she seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought something today, you know? Wait! Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. She pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read it. That time I was reincarnated into the Demon Lord and have to save the Saintess even though she's trying to kill me. You have a weird taste in manga. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want to. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading. Thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Actually, speaking of, there's one for you. I can't remember the name, but it's the Demon Lord marries the hero's mother, and it's a wholesome. It's not like a hero anime or anything. It's a wholesome anime. So, well, wholesome manga. So the hero goes to fight the Demon Lord. Demon Lord beats her badly and all of her friends. Feeling bad for her, he takes her back home, sees her mother, and immediately marries her. And says, like, will you marry me? I want to be a good husband. I want to, you know, look after you. Don't worry about your daughter. I'm not going to kill her. She's just a kid. I'm not a bad Demon Lord. I don't get why they're sending a kid to attack me. And it just goes on for like an entire 60, 70 chapters, I think, roughly, of just them three learning to get along with each other. It's actually really good. It's really wholesome. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I will not. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't even seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Her face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man! Looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling too tired. I could probably fall asleep right now. I closed my eyes and ended up listening in on Sayori's conversation. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature's all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to the creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we came up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? She's taking it seriously. It's rare to hear her what is that? Deliberating like this. Dyslexia, man. Jesus, that's a good point. If I'm not getting tongue-tied trying to read something, I'm getting words wrong. Do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. She makes the best cupcakes. This works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? No, they speak to my tummy. Well, cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh! Jesus! Not like that! Oh! I opened my eyes to find her face filling my vision. I nearly fell out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know. But I like watching anime. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Speaking of, with the How to Train Your Dragon film coming out, I'm actually watching the TV shows to that as well. And Race to the Edge. Race to the Edge is such a better show than How to Train Your Dragon 3. It's actually insane. Like, we get... That's set between 1 and 2. And it is done so much better than How to Train Your Dragon 3 that I wonder why they made How to Train Your Dragon 3. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, Lo. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. Yeah, that's not convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? That's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? She glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips through the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your car. I tried to wipe the stain off with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't care about that. Meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't even have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean! Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I started to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. That's a mad angle. So funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking of how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, Lo. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? Ah. I guess. Hey, be careful. That button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to... Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed it sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like this? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. She unbuttons her blazer once more, because God forbid we even try to make a second asset. Phew! That's so much better. Puts out her arms and twirls around. If I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? So what kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things, please. It's weird. People will think I'm your caretaker more than your friend. I didn't say anything embarrassing. You did. Jeez. Anyway, just focus on trying to wake up earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. No. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. I guess so. I guess so. Maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I wasn't... Oh, but I was joking this time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. She calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a recalled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? We'll just go from top to bottom. Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori. She's my good friend after all. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Stubbz! Eh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, what are you on about? I just threw this all together like it was nothing. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure her opinion has to be at least a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Stubbz poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. She hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy, just like you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes... Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad, I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? A little bit? You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's show it to... You know what? Let's show it to Yuri. I'll go by how he said it. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. She buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? It's just that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once she finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering's gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and by learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm? breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickens. I flicken back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I got one word! Jesus! Well, I don't read script very often. Yeah, do you know how hard it is to read cursive? Like, the last time I wrote in cursive was high school. Like, 15 years ago. I think your handwriting is pretty, eh? That's a relief. I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer ones. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost story? Haha. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Well, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's say Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not like you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, if I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose, it helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. Well, I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if she is feeling proud, then I won't take away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? I have Monica. Just Monica. Hi Stubbz. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow. Anyway, want to share your poem? It's kind of embarrassing, but sure. Ahaha. Don't worry, Stubbz. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would say. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends. I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. That might be the case. But maybe there was also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading too much into it? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yori. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else does. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, wanna read mine? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See? The direction that sparks protrudes. A noisy neighbour? An angry boyfriend? I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scarred with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realise now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. I don't understand it. It's freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Yes, even me in the game doesn't understand it. It's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it could be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on a paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a lot more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. But if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yori and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Her eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yori smiles sadly. What's with this language? Oh, did you say something? Oh, nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that, I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, Stubbz did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't. And Stubbz liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. She suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress our new neighbour, Yori. That's not what I... You just... She stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Stubbz appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew aside as soon as Stubbz started showing up. That's okay. Oh. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, and they noticed I was just standing there. Stubbz! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simply writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain this to her, Stubbz. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand, right, Stubbz? Well? How do I get dragged into this? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be... Help me, Sayori! That's the key. I'm trying up any words I... So instead I turn to Yuri. But her expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah? Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Stubbz. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. Show immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And you're... big... Sayori. She stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. She rushes off, and she sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why she's vice president, I whisper. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organise things, but I'm not good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be in her head, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. Well, that makes two of us. You can count on me. She smells sweetly, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Wow, Stubbz is really starting to like Monica, isn't it? Okay, everyone. It's about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was worth it. It was alright, mostly. How about you? Yeah, I'd say roughly the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Stubbz, are you ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. She beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. So I'm going to leave that there, because I've been talking for like an hour straight and my throat is hoarse. But I'll probably come back to it later today for me, so next episode for you, but you know what I mean. So thank you all for watching. If you've liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I enjoyed recording this. I hope you enjoyed watching. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and from Sayori, Stubbz, and I, goodbye.